I hope you don't mind if I say that I love you, 'cause there's so many ways that I want to carve out our names, board a last minute plane, just us two. We can chase the sun as it sets in the mountains, find luck like a bet in Greek fountains, or lay lazy in bed with your head on my chest. I hope you don't mind if I say that I love you. Every day another I do, 'cause you know I do, I do, I do. I hope you can hear every note that my heart sings, like a choir of bells, how they all ring.
One look at you, my whole life falls in line. I prayed for you before I called you mine. Oh, I can't believe it's true sometimes. Oh, I can't believe it's true.
Well, can I just say, that was a wow moment. Thank you, bridesmaids. You look absolutely beautiful, and you led in an absolutely gorgeous bride with an incredible little one. Thank you ever so much. That was truly, truly lovely. What a lovely, lovely start to your ceremony.
Perfect.
Thank you, ladies. Should we put your flowers on the table? There we go.
All right.
Wel, prynhawn da, a chroeso cynnes iawn i Gastell Craig y Nos ar achlysur arbennig, sef achlysur priodas Chris a Lesley. No panic, I'm not doing it all in Welsh. A very good afternoon to you all, and a very warm welcome to Craig y Nos Castle on this very, very special occasion, the occasion of Chris and Lesley's wedding day. A special welcome to the both of you, a special day for the both of you, but I'm sure it's a special day for a lot of people here with you today, sharing in this wonderful occasion. Enjoy the day with them. All I ask you is, give them a day to remember. Today will fly by, and before you know it, it will be tomorrow. So please, please give them some lovely memories to have and to hold in their hearts and treasure for many, many years to come, as they remember their wedding day here in Craig y Nos in this fabulous conservatory, but more importantly, here in Craig y Nos with you. So please give them those lovely memories that they can have and hold. And I'm sure Craig y Nos will become a special place for the both of you, as you remember today, in many years to come, as you remember anniversaries. All Chris has to do, it's very simple. All he has to do is
Now you tell me.
remember the date.
Yeah.
Because this time next year and for many years afterwards will be a special day on your calendar, on your phone or wherever. No. I'm sure there's plenty of you here that will remind. Should he dare to forget, I can see Mum and Dad, because see Mum and Dad nodding here.
I can,
Should he
that's
dare to forget?
He won't forget, trust me.
So please enjoy the day with them. The weather isn't very nice, but hey-ho, there's nothing much we can do about that. But it's a special day for you, whatever happens today. Enjoy the day with them. Have lots and lots of happy memories together. You can hold hands if you want.
Oh, she's shaking. She's shaking.
Oh, she's shaking.
Oh.
Okay. Just some introductions on my right. My very good friend and colleague, Mrs. Carol Jones. And Carol is here today in a legal capacity to make sure that we get correct procedures are done and the correct paperwork is done. My name is Lavina Hunt. and I work out of Powys Registration Authority. And can I just say that both Carol and I feel very privileged to be with you here today, a small part of what's going to be a big day in your lives, but we do feel extremely privileged to be sharing it with you. And thank you. Your wedding coordinators are Kelly and Sophie, and I know they will do everything possible to make the day special for you. Your photographic team, Andrew and Joanne, everybody will do everything they can to make life nice and easy today. So just relax, okay? Okay, could I ask you first, please, to give me your full name?
Christopher Rhys-Bowen.
Thank you.
Lesley Ann Giles.
Thank you. And we will start the ceremony. The place in which you are now met has been duly sanctioned according to law for the celebration of marriages. You are to witness the joining of Christopher Rhys-Bowen and Lesley Ann Giles. If any person knows of any lawful impediment to this marriage, you should declare it now.
Just looking at my brother.
Sit down.
Chris and Lesley, getting married today is confirmation of the love, respect and true friendship that they have for each other. Today you will exchange vows that will unite you as a couple. But before you're joined in matrimony, I have to remind you of the solemn and binding characters of the vows you are about to make. Marriage in this country means the union of two people, voluntarily entered into for life, and to the exclusion of all others. But further, marriage is a lifelong commitment that will provide the love, friendship, help, comfort and support that each of you may require in your future lives together. So now I'm going to ask each of you in turn to declare that you do not know of any lawful reason why you should not be married to each other. So Chris, if you repeat after me. I declare that I know
of no legal reason
why I, Christopher Rhys-Bowen,
may not be joined in marriage
to Lesley Ann Giles. Lovely, thank you. And Lesley, I declare that I know of no legal reason why I, Lesley Ann Giles, may not be joined in marriage to Christopher Rhys-Bowen. Christopher Rhys-Bowen, will you take Lesley Ann Giles to be your lawful wedded wife, and will you love, honour and cherish her?
I will.
Thank you. And Lesley Ann Giles, will you take Christopher Rhys-Bowen to be your lawful wedded husband, and will you love, honour and cherish him?
I will.
Thank you, both of you. Marriage is a commitment to life, to the best the two people can find and bring out in each other. It offers opportunities for sharing and growth that no other relationship can equal. A physical and emotional joining that is promised for life. When two people pledge to love and care for each other in marriage, they create a spirit unique to themselves, which binds them closer than any spoken or written words. And the purpose of marriage is that you may always love, care and support each other through all the joys and sorrows of life, and that love may be fulfilled in a relationship of permanent and continuing commitment. We trust that these things will come true for both of you. A happy and successful marriage must be created. It calls for honesty, patience, and of course humour. It means loving your partner as they are and for what they are, and remembering to show love and affection. Add trust, understanding, and encouragement, and you have the basis for a very good marriage. And now the solemn and all-important moment has arrived for Chris and Lesley to exchange their vows and contract their marriage before you, their witnesses, friends and family members. Those of you that are comfortable to stand, could you stand with us, please?
Sorry. Thanks, Nick.
Chris and Lesley, you have gathered here those whom you love the most. You've invited them to receive their encouragement and support and to celebrate with you at this special time. I ask you now, in the presence of your family and friends, to contract your marriage. So if you repeat after me. I, Christopher Rhys-Bowen,
I, Christopher Rhys-Bowen,
take you, Lesley Ann Giles,
take you, Lesley Ann Giles,
to be my wedded wife.
to be my wedded wife.
Lesley, I, Lesley Ann Giles,
I, Lesley Ann Giles,
take you, Christopher Rhys-Bowen,
take you, Christopher Rhys-Bowen,
to be my wedded husband.
to be my wedded husband.
Thank you. And we now turn to the ring ceremony, and could I ask Andrew to step forward with the rings? There we go. You just stand there. That's lovely. Not yet, not yet. The giving of a ring is the traditional way of sealing the vows that you've just made here today. The wedding ring is an unbroken circle. It has no beginning, it has no end, but symbolises unending and everlasting love, and is an outward sign of the lifelong promise that you just made to each other here today and has been witnessed by your family and friends gathered here with you. So could you take Lesley's ring, please, from the box?
This one.
And place it on your finger just to the knuckle. Hold on tight. I give you this ring
I give you this ring
as a symbol of my love,
as a symbol of my love,
honesty,
honesty,
trust and respect.
trust and respect.
I give you this ring
I give you this ring
as a symbol of my love,
as a symbol of my love,
honesty,
honesty,
trust and respect.
trust and respect.
Come on, Les.
Thank you very much. I want you to hold hands tight. Chris and Lesley, today you've both exchanged rings. This signifies the enduring nature of the vows you have just made and to the union into which you now enter. At the same time, you have both made the declaration prescribed by law and have made a solemn and binding contract with each other in the presence of your witnesses, friends and family gathered here with you today. This day will be one of the most special days of your lives, and we all hope that you look back on it with love and with happiness, and as a new start in your lives as a married couple. We also hope that the obvious love that you have for each other today will deepen in the years to come. And it now gives me great pleasure to announce to everyone here that you are a married couple,
There you go.
husband and wife, and you may kiss your wife.
Thank you.
I won't be long. The game has started. We're not in a good position. But forget that. This is another day here. Now then, as most of you know Christopher so well, you will realise that he has scoured Great Britain from Hull to Haverfordwest, seeking a partner. But the only thing I can glean out of this is that my knowledge of Ireland has improved immensely, having been on 2 stag parties there in the last 20 years. But despite this, all these travels he's had, he's found and settled with Lesley Ann, a delightful and good-natured lady. And a lady that's down to earth. A'r un peth union ni yw hi. Fi'n dod i hwnna. Who was born and raised in Rhiwawr, just a mere few miles down the road from Christopher's birthplace. So Lesley, may I, on behalf of Cheryl, welcome you and your family to our small family. And to the pair of you, Chris and Les, we would, Cheryl yet again in the frame, we would wish the pair of you good health, happiness on your road to marriage. And I hope, diolch yn fawr iawn I chi, a fi gobeithio bydd y ddoi chi'n hapus iawn.
Oh, cut it off. Beating you to it. Win Arthur's just been beaten to it. Stand up. Do you know the worst thing is if I stand up next to Ed now, he'd still be taller than me sat down. So
Tell them, Christopher, in Wales, we measure a man from there up, not from there down.
And with that, I'm sitting down. Les, love you to bits. Great, I'm going to sit down. I was expecting that. Diolch, Ed. Diolch, thank you. I was expecting, as I said, Mr. Arthur in the corner to come up with that one, but beaten to it. But I am standing up for everybody, and I'm not standing on a chair for anybody, okay? So, I'm going to say, right, prynawn da I ddechrau, right? Diolch I bawb am ddod. Delighted to have you here this afternoon. It's still sinking in that we're here. It's been, I guess, a year in the making from when we came up here first and booked the place, and here we are. Actually finished dinner, and I've got to go through this speech thing now anyway, but here we are. So, as you all know, I'm a man of very, very few words. I think Paul Griffiths found that out in Belfast the other week. So, to start with, I've got a few thank yous. So, Les and I are absolutely delighted to have everybody in the room this afternoon, okay? Friends, family, and all of you. Thanks for giving up your time this afternoon to be here. You know, some of you travel far. Some have travelled very, very short distances. And what are Wales doing? Can we just have a quick, please?
No.
Have we? Get in there. I knew it was going to be a good day. So thank you for all of you for coming, right? Really appreciate it. Massive, means a hell of a lot to Les and I. I've got a special thanks to my family. Very small family, but compact. Less than 5'4". Ed, combined, I don't think we're taller than you. If we stacked each other up, we're not taller than you. And obviously to Les's family and the extended family. It's just been a hell of a day. I want to give a special thanks to the table here that I'm on here. These guys have been on a journey with us for so long. thank you for your friendship. This is just a great day. I also want to give a quick nod to the guys who came to Belfast. What happens on tour stays on tour. Andrew? Wouldn't bet on it. Okay, very good. And also I know Les would like to thank the girls who went to, and the gentlemen, let me get this right, and the gentlemen who went to London and spent a good day, I understand, at the Abbey Voyage. Simon, 15th time now? 15th time. And people take the piss out of my Simple Minds thing. Jeez, you're a different level. I also want everybody to give a show of appreciation, if you could. Just a quick round of applause for Kelly and the team here in Nos. Andrew and Joanne, and also Darren. Not Darren, who's here today? DJ. And the photo booth that we'll be spending an awful lot of time with later on this evening, I'm sure. So could you just give everybody a big cheer? Pleasure. So I was actually talking to my dad the other day, and a lot of people have asked me, why today? Why the 7th of Feb? When I knew there was going to be a Rugby International afternoon, there was going to be the start of the Six Nations. Cheaper than 14. Yeah, half the price. Trust me. Well, it may not be, because next week we're going to be in New York, so that's going to be like 3 times the price, but that's a different story altogether, right? All I can say is we did book it, and I'll come on to it, there's a bit of context. We did book it. We knew there was going to be a Rugby International. We didn't know the fixture list. Julian Bracey over there told me very, very directly, bloody hell, it's Wales-England. What is wrong with you? But maybe today I'm the saviour, based on the score I've seen. Maybe it's better to be in this room than sitting in a pub, having another dreadful afternoon watching, our guys get enamoured by the old enemy, of which there are a lot of people in the room. So I've got to be kind of careful about what I say. So the why. So I've just kind of alluded to the fact we're going to be away next week. Everybody knows my passion for travel, okay? I've been very fortunate and privileged to have travelled across the globe, I guess, personally as well as professionally, okay? Best travel companion I've ever had is sat right in front of me, or right next to me here, Les, best travel companion in the world. Absolutely fantastic. Appreciates everything that we've done. And what did you say to me, Les, when we met? Jan Ellis was in the room as well. If you remember my chat-up line. Do you remember my chat-up line that night, just after COVID? If I asked Les, if I was going to go to Tokyo next week, would you come with me? And Les, without a shadow of doubt, said, yeah, I'm coming with you.
I still haven't been, by the way.
No. All right, but there have been many, many other trips, right? But Jan actually turned around and said, what the hell? You don't know where he's been. Now was the chat-up line. In that kind of way. Well, I don't know. You need to ask Jan. Jan will be taking questions and answers later on that point. All right? But yeah, I mean, traveling-wise, we get around the world a bit. And to bring it back to context of the why, I guess, normally this time of the year, we're in the US. This weekend, this first weekend of the Six Nations, we normally land in, wherever the hell we're going, we normally land at half-time. All right? And normally Andy's telling me the Wales are 28-0 down against Scotland and get down the pub because I think it's going to be a good second half and we lose a game, right? But that's this weekend. So there's a bit of poignancy and a bit of realization. But 2 years ago to today, to the day, we were in New York and we were walking through Central Park, probably the penultimate day, Les, right? Beautiful summer's day, a beautiful clear blue sky day, stunning. And if anybody who's been to New York, and I know Ed and you've just come back, haven't you, right? It's a great place. It's a great walk in the middle of a very busy city. You guys were out there last year, yeah? And for those who know, if you go to different parts of the park, there is a bridge called Bow Bridge, okay, which is a famous old bridge built in the 1800s. And I don't know what it was. It was just the moment. And the city was staring at me. The blue skies were there. And I just turned to Les and said, will you marry me? No dropping on one knee, none of that, because, God, as Dad said, I've done that. There's got all the experience in the world of that. And thankfully, that moment, Les said yes. And to me, it's a city that means a hell of a lot, and always has meant a hell of a lot. This is why this is why we're here today. It's 2 years to the day. And it's irrelevant if Wales were in the World Cup final today, you were still destined to be here with us today, okay? And that's Les's fault, not mine, so pick it up with Les later. So thank you. Thank you for being here. Now, Les and I, we've known each other for, I'm going to be politically correct here. I'm going to be really politically correct, don't give ages away, but we've known each other since primary school, which is a few years ago by now. You make it up, you try and do the maths. It's unbelievable that length of time has gone by, I guess. We never dated in school, ever. Don't know why. She actually thought, she told me I was too posh. Posh, Jesus. I was just scared of Warren, her brother. Because at the time, anybody who dated Les had to have an interview with Warren, and back in the day, we didn't have mobile phones. So I never made a call. I just said, right, whatever, crack on and get on with life, right? But that's true. That is fact. But in the last 6 years, Les and I got together, I guess I'm going to say just before the COVID epidemic broke, which is a very difficult time to start dating anybody because you can't see anybody. You can't maneuver, you can't do anything. But in the last... Unless you do shopping trips with your parents, right? And there's detours via Rhyw Frawr. But no, right, I never said that. Okay, never said that. A lot has changed in the last 6 years. The one thing that hasn't changed is friendship in this room. I think family, friends, nothing has changed. You're all in this room because we want you to be in this room, okay? But for Les and I, a hell of a lot has changed. Les became Nana, for example, to Ada, Oliver and Darcy. I mean, that's a proud grandmother at that, So that's changed in the last 6 years. Les actually left a Villtir Square, as Paul calls it, left home and came to the big city of Pontardawe. Bright lights. Bright lights. She threatened to do it, apparently, for like 30 years, but she came down. She completely transformed the house I had. Completely transformed it with the help of Paul and Gareth over there. Honestly, I don't even recognise my bloody house anymore. But it's a home now. It's a home for the two of us. And that is massive. That is huge. We've travelled. Going back to the travelling thing, we have travelled. We've been to the US so many times. We've been to Europe so many times. We, don't travel while you can. While you've got your health. It's just one of life's great luxuries if you can do that, You learn a lot, get different cultures and so on and so forth. But the upshot is I don't actually know what Les has let herself in for because, I love it a bit. I love it a bit. And Les, I'm standing here today saying that I'm honoured, privileged to be your husband. There go the tears. Tears have just disappeared. No, I genuinely am. Okay? You've changed my life. Just when I thought I was getting quite comfortable looking for the retirement, it's different. So that's it for me. It's just going to be a few words, as I said. So I'd like you to... I'm just waiting to be character assassinated in about 2 minutes. I'd just like to reiterate my thanks initially. That I'm delighted to have you all here. Okay, privileged to have you all in this room. You all mean a hell of a lot to the two of us, and it's the start of a magical journey, right, for two people. But it's also the continuation of a journey as well. Okay, in terms of everybody in this room. So, can I ask you all to stand up, be upstanding for 2 minutes? This is the one toast apparently the groom has to make. And I'm going to go back to the table that I'm sat on, and I'd like you all to raise a glass to the bridesmaids and to thank you all for for being part of the journey with us today. To bridesmaids. And as I said, man of very few words. So with that in mind, I'm going to hand over now to my ex-best pal. Oh, sorry, hang on. Can I... sorry, I was so head up with that. Les wants to say a couple of words as well, which again, I don't know if I'm looking forward to, but there we go. All right, I understand that.
I don't really have much to say, but thank you, each and everyone, for being here with us today. I'd like to thank Ada for doing what she did earlier on. Thank you, Ada. Thank you. And Chris.
Oh.
Thank you for taking me on as I am, flaws and all. And I know you think I'm like a diva and high maintenance. Well, suck it up, buttercup. You ain't seen nothing yet.
Okay, lovely. Brilliant. Welcome back, I suppose. Here we go again. So, for those that don't know me, I'm Andrew. It's my distinct, dubious pleasure to be the best man this time. Yeah, I know. I'm just going to edge further away from Lesley each time. But I just want to thank everyone for coming here today and helping Chris and Les celebrate their special day together. I'm sure we'll make memories that will last them a lifetime. So thank you for that. I've tailored my speech to be like the main man himself, so expect it to be short and not very funny.
Excellent.
Thank you, yeah. On that front, Lesley has asked me not to say any embarrassing stories about you, none of your mistakes, your drunken escapades, your ex-partners, so thanks very much. Yeah, that's all from me. Hope you enjoy the rest of your night, yeah. But they do say the best man speech is the worst 5 minutes of a groom's life. I'm also assured that the worst 5 minutes of Lesley's life is going to be when you get up to bed later. Go on, Tiger. So, what can I say about Chris that hasn't been said before? He's tall, humble. You'd be hard pushed to get an opinion out of him. And he definitely doesn't dye his hair. Oh, should we just stay on the hair, should we?
That is, as everybody knows.
Well, your hair. We know your hair's false. Yeah. But I do look around, I can see a lot of Chris's friends here. So I can see them wondering, why has he asked this random bloke from the pub to be his best man rather than myself? And you'd be right to think that, to be honest with you, because I'm not the first choice. Chris did ask his funniest friend, first of all, but unfortunately they said no. So then you moved on to your most clever friend, but again, it was a no. So then you asked your most handsome friend if they would do it. But again, third time, it was a no. So I've got to be honest, when the phone rang, I heard your quivering little voice asking me if I would do the honours. I thought it'd be rude to decline for a fourth time. But yeah, I met Chris 10 years ago now, roughly. 10, 11 years ago. Yeah. I remember thinking, crikey, how far away is he? But, and for the first 4 years or so, I think we'd have a little nod of recognition, maybe say hello, maybe a few words on the football. And that was about it, really, yeah. God, that was a great time. So much quieter, yeah. But we didn't hit it off instantly, did we? Because for the first 4 years, you thought my name was Mike.
That's right. If you remember,
yes.
Even the landlord.
Yes, exactly, yes. But then about 6 years ago, say you came into the pub, proud as punch, with this beautiful lady on your arm. And my beautiful wife here works in the DVLA like Lesley did. So they saw each other, instantly started chatting, and then Chris started talking. And I'm proud to say, last month, I got a word in. But one of the things we do love to talk about, as you said earlier, is travel. Travel, holidays, it's what life's meant to be about. you often regale us your stories about maybe going on the Greek islands or the US, where you've been to Boston, Chicago, Washington, San Francisco, New York, where you're engaged. And I thought your honeymoon would follow the same trait. So I was quite surprised to hear that you're only taking her to North Wales for a few days after the wedding. That is right, isn't it? Because I heard you saying, Jason, you're going to bang her all weekend. Drum time. Yeah, sorry. Yeah. But to be honest, you've obviously splashed out a lot for this wedding today, so maybe that has a factor in why you're going to North Wales rather than Japan, which you still not got to. But you have tried to save money where you could. You obviously have splashed out to make myself and the fellow groomsmen look so dashing today. But Chris's suit, £15 Boxing Day sale from Build-A-Bear. Brilliant value. Yeah? Whose jacket? I've got that, yeah. Get to it. So anyway, obviously, we did go on the stag do to Belfast. So I'm obviously not allowed to say too much about that. So there'll be no mention of the dwarf or the baby llama. But I am pleased to say they are recovering, so all is good. But I do really want to say thank you to all the boys that came. It was a great treat. They give you a wonderful send-off. Send-off, But I do say boys. I was the youngest out of 50, so it wasn't the most raucous affair I've ever been on. It's the only stag do I've been on when the only mandatory round was Horlicks. So, but the stag do was meant to be my job, best man. But Chris being Chris took control of it from day one, and did a fantastic job. Organised the flights, the hotel, the transfers, the strip. But you did a fantastic job, and the boys did have a whip round to help you out. Obviously, during the trip, you did have a little misstep. One little misstep where you ended up damaging your jacket. And I know it was your favourite jacket. But, we've had a whip round. I've managed to find exactly the same coat for you. You know what's coming. So, here you go, buddy. There you go. That should replace the lost one.
Take that over.
I'm going to take it back. I have to ask him what you think it. Yeah. I say the other recurring theme on the stag do was obviously how the 57-year-old Chris's jet black hair stays so jet black. Now, he's assured us it's all natural, but just to help, you can keep your natural coloured hair for a little bit more. Now, obviously, I've known you both really for the same amount of time. I knew you a bit longer, but I feel I know Lesley just as well, because we hang out all the time together, and you're a great couple. So you've had a brunt here. I've given you the brunt. I've given you shots. I thought, should Lesley have a few shots sent to her as well? But then I thought, no. One, I'm far more scared of Lesley than I ever be of you. Two, Lesley's got the good sense to support the right Welsh rugby team in the Ospreys. So, and three, the amount of times you covered for me with Maria while I've sneaked off for a crafty fag means you got a free pass in my house. So I'm just going to say how beautiful you look today. Your external beauty only mirrors the person you are. Kind-hearted, warm, funny, can outdrink a sailor. So I'm just going to say how happy I am for you. Well, I say happy. You've married Chris. It's not like you won the lottery, to be fair, is it? It feels more like last prize in the church bazaar, doesn't it? But, it's your choice, so I'm sure you'll be happy together. Right up until the point you murder him, probably. So, with that, I've been happily married man for 7 years now. We've been married for 20, so I think 7 out of that is pretty good. But oh Christ. Love you. But I do want to pass on some advice that's, kept me in good stead. So Lesley, can I just ask you to put your hand on the table, please? The other one. Chris, can you lay your hand on top of Lesley's, please? Yep. Just so you know, that's the last time you're ever getting the upper hand in this marriage. So enjoy it now. Right, yeah, it should be. Hung, yeah. Okay, so I'm almost done, you'll be glad to hear. If you haven't been able to hear me from the back, then the silence from the front should reassure you that you haven't missed anything. As much as a complete and absolute honour to be here with you today, this is probably the single most petrifying thing I've ever done in my life. When I got up from the seat, it's like the fourth time I've got a warm seat with paper in my hand today. So I really appreciate it. Nobody's booed me, nobody's thrown too much at me, so I do thank you all for that. So, yeah, I do apologise. I know I've stuttered and stammered my way through this. But I've got to be honest, I think for the next time I'll be good to go. So I've got 3 toasts to do. Obviously, it's fantastic that everyone's here today with us. But there are obviously people that are missing that we wish could have been here. I'm sure they're looking down at you and are happy as anything. So, can we raise a glass to absent friends, please?
Yep.
Okay. And I want it, I'll have it now. Trust me, I'll finish on the table when I finish it. Secondly, as beautiful as Lesley looks today, I think she has also been admirably supported by the beautiful bridesmaids and the flower girl. So, the one perk about being the best man is that I can definitely say I'm going home with a bridesmaid tonight. So let me know when you're ready, Claire. I'm really looking forward to it. So we can raise a glass to the bridesmaids and flower girl.
Bridesmaids and flower girl.
And then finally, for my 2 best friends. It's an honour to be here. I'm sure I speak on everyone's behalf when we say we wish you a lifetime of happiness. So all I'm going to do, can I ask you to stand for this, please? No. Oh, you are standing, sorry. Oh. Hey, at the start and at the end. So can you please raise your glasses to the bride and groom, Chris and Lesley. Bride and groom. Diolch.